Shop smart, shop S-Mart.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and magnificent maniacs of all shades, and welcome to another episode of New Book, Who Is?
I am, of course, your host, DeathMetalHero, and with me, his longtime friend of the channel, Mr. Kami Mark. How you doing today, Mark?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Salam alaikum, bitches. Like, that's my, I've decided that's my new, like, intro thing, what I say. Like, but it has the issue of demonetizing my videos, like, as soon as I say it first, because it's too hard to not swear, so I just do.
You know, hey, you gotta get that saying. You know, you gotta find something that fits for you. I'm not monetized, so it doesn't matter here. So
I really like the ring of salam alaikum, bitches, because you know, it's like saying,
oh yeah, well, you know, it's it's like namaste, bitches. You know, got a little bit of the balance. I mean, you got to keep everything in balance, right? You got to have the peaceful and the you know, the not peaceful. You know, it's the yin and the yang. Yeah. I think that's a great way to start things off, man. You know, gotta keep people on their toes, as it were. You know, never know. People never know where you're going to be coming from. You know, oh, is he peaceful today? Is he? You know, is he out for blood today? Always, the answer is yes, right? So I see they've not succeeded in. You know, they failed once again. The assassins have failed once again, and that's good because we've got a fun show for today. It's been a while since we got to hang out, man. You know, I think the last time was KRISHNA KID. The last time you came on.
Certainly the last time we did a show like this, like I've been on Topicless a couple of times, like dropped in and said like, hello, mate. Like, but yeah, no, we haven't done like it's not like this radio, so it's gonna be cool. Like hang out, chat about.
Yeah, man. You know, it's funny. Like you were one of the first people that I met, you know, in this scene, like way back in the day, while we were, you know, this indie scene, and like, you know, started hanging out and talking to people over in the UK indie comics scene. You know, so it's again, I'm super proud of like the success that you've had, and like, you know, just I don't know, just the way you've kind of built up your brand, and like you've always got unique projects, and it makes me happy to see the success.
None of it should work, should it? Like if you was like saying, what are the worst like ways that you could try and like build a following or whatever? This is it. Like
right.
Still,
well,
you know, like,
it's unique, man. You know, you've got a unique brand, and you know, that's the way to stand out when doing this this indie thing. You know, because there's 4,000, 5,000 people doing this kind of thing. You got to find some way to stand out, and you have indeed, man. You have indeed. But let's go ahead and say hi to the chat. We got Haldir here. What's up, Haldir? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. We got Good Stuff. What's up, dude? What's up, Good Stuff? Hey, there's my lady. Skull Beautiful. How you doing? And let's see. We've got Mrs. Good Stuff as well. Welcome. Good to see you.
Both.
Scrolling. And Good Stuff says, hi, Kami Mark. And Feline says, hi. So high. I want to get high, so high. Yeah. And she's smirking there. I'm currently not high. Perhaps I should fix that. So what have you been up to since the last time we talked?
So the last time I came on, you was correct in that we just launched KRISHNA KID, like which was about a year ago. No, a little bit longer. It was in August 2022, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, point is, like, that I've been just busting my ass trying to do Krishna Kid, and it, like,
Yeah.
so it's already behind, like, where it was supposed to be. Like, at this point, so from the top, yeah. The Krishna Kid, most people who back Krishna Kid bought the gold compiled edition and the collected edition, the gold,
Right.
the $25 one, 90 pages, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was comprised of 3 separate issues, 1, 2, and 3, each one of those 30 pages, yeah. And that should have been finished in time for the 29th of February, the anniversary of Best Career in it, the Great Leap Year Forward. Like,
Right.
That's so it was supposed to be done by now, in it, like, and so issue 1 back in about June, it was basically done. Like, and I sat down to, like, put it all together and that, and I was like, this isn't going to work. Like, there's so much, like, that I need to change, like, to fix this. Let's just start again, like, at the point where, the first book was supposed to be finished. It wasn't, like, major.
Right.
But anyway, the problem was that the book was, like, too condensed, like, that tried to squeeze too much into 30 pages.
Right.
In my other books, like, I do non-linear type things, and in Krishna Kid, there's no captions. Like, everything is from dialogue. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
So it was way too, like, condensed to do that. Like, there wasn't the space, like, to give the 5 children characters, like, enough space to, like, demonstrate their personalities. And
right.
It's not really about the adventures. It's about the power of friendship. Like, that's what, like, these anime cartoons are, in it. Like,
the power of friendship. Yay!
Krishna Kid literally has the power of anime and God on his.
Right.
So yeah. So it's meant to be 30 pages. We threw it in the bin. We started again, and now we have, like, the 60-page cut. This what we have here, like, this is how done it is. Like, have a sample version of it. See, like, with the
look at that.
Go cover, like,
yeah.
well, it's not right. Like, there's still, like, work that I need to do, but the point is, like, that now it's 60 pages. It's perfect bound now. That's how much, like, bigger it is. Like, double what.
That's a thick book. Yeah.
But then you have to remember that's times 3 because it's 3 books in it. Like, so it's gonna be huge.
Wow. So the overall project just got a lot bigger then. If it's going to be 3 of those books. So
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
In the aftermarket or whatever, the way that I've done it, I can still split that down into 6, like, smaller books.
Sure.
Like, that now these aren't, like, issue 1, 2, and 3. They're, like, book 1, 2, and 3, like, with, micro issues inside or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's what a lot of people are doing. A lot of crowdfunding. I mean, I always go back to Brian Polito. He will do his big prestige format Lady Death that is, like, usually 48 pages, and then he'll split that in 2, and then he'll put out 2 issues in previews, so that goes into comic shops. I think that's a great model. That way, nobody gets left behind. People that want the prestige format, they want the big, like you have the gilded version. With the all the tchotchkes and the extra stuff, they can get that in the campaign, but then they have an opportunity to pick up the book later, and have it split up into single issues. Because some people like floppies. Some people aren't all about the graphic novel size or the big collected editions. They would rather have a single comic book.
Some people would rather pay $5 to find out if they like something.
Sure.
Like, than spend $25 to find out that they don't.
This is true. This is very true. What's up, Corey? Welcome. Yeah. So I think that's a good idea, man. And I think it's cool that you figured out that you needed to decompress the storytelling to get the story across.
But I think that I really want to point out is we did 30 pages and then we did 60 pages, which was 90 pages, and it was done within the time frame. And the problem was that we threw the first 30 pages away and then doubled the amount to do in it. So we did 90 pages, which was what I said that we would do. We didn't use them all.
Well, sometimes this indie comics thing is it's a trial and error. You learn as you go. You gotta. There's no rule book for it. There's no instruction manual. There's recommendations, but yeah.
This book was the first book that I've made with an artist where I was just this is the picture in my head, draw that. Whereas all of the other books that I did were done under these really tight constraints, which forced me to push the boundaries of what I could do inside the tight constraints.
Right.
So Best Career is made out of real photographs. So I can't make Kim Il-sung punch someone in the face, because that photo doesn't exist. And you have to make it work in that frame.
Right.
And then the same with Not Daredevil, all the art's already there. Even the order that people speak in, you can't change. And
right.
So yeah, it's trying to make it work inside. But this, it was just oh, is there anything that you want? So
yeah, you had full freedom with that one. Yeah. So this one, like you said, this is pictures. What and this is the what we're going to be talking about is the 2024 edition re-release of your first book. So what was the impetus for this one?
Okay, so what happened was so I made Not Daredevil, right? Which was the second book that I ever made. Not Daredevil Origins. That's the second book that I ever made. And I made it, and I thought, great, I'm gonna show everyone this book because it's awesome.
Yeah.
And I just I was saying retweet this tweet and I'll send you a free comic book. And I just did that, and I sent out over 1,000 free copies of this book that I'd made. So then I came into CG and it down the right pipeline or whatever. And when I got here, then we made CG UK. This all happens really quickly in it, within 3 months or something.
Yeah.
And now we've got all these people and everyone's buzzing and it's we need a book, let's do a book or whatever. And at the time, I'd just come into Comicsgate and I was new and I was a communist, and it was a hard sell, to do.
You don't say.
Yeah, right. So I looked back and I thought about Best Career, which it wasn't ever it was a comic, but and didn't really make it to be consumed as a comic. I just made it to prove to myself that it was it's a concept piece, and it the look at what's possible to do, like
a proof of concept. I got you.
Yeah. So I was looking at that and I was like, oh, I've already got this hard job of selling myself as Comic Mark, so I might as well just bring the most communist product in it, that I have. So we've bought this out, and the campaign was hilarious because people expected to hate it or whatever. Famously, I asked Rotten Glory. You remember Rotten Glory?
Oh, I miss Rotten. He was great, man.
I asked him if I could come on his show to show off my book, and he said no. Like, it's not something like that he was interested in. And then, like, a couple of days later, we were on a show together, like just as guests on someone else's show. Like, he was dying, like, at how funny, like, the whole thing was, the concept, and how funny I was, like, because nobody knew who I was in it, like,
right.
And then, you know, he bought the book, like, and he became like one of my biggest, like, supporters. Like,
that's awesome. Well, it's fucking brilliant satire, man. You know, I mean, just and you leaned into it. You know, you like I said, you kind of took your brand and you made it your brand that made you. This is what made you stand out, and you leaned into it. And the best satire is the satire that really just takes the material that they're working with and really pushes it to the nth, you know, but understands the material that they're satirizing. So I think that's why I think this is why it worked so well, you know. And Rod understood that, you know. I missed that dude. He was sharp, you know. I enjoyed his thoughts on things. I hope he's doing okay.
I hope he's living in a cabin in the woods like the Unabomber or something. Like, I think that's the life that he always wanted, like, deep down inside.
I think you're right. I think you're right. I think that's what he was going for. Hopefully he got that. You know, he's out away from all the technology and able to live his best life out there. But let me go ahead and bring up the campaign here. So this is over on fundmycomic.com. How do you like Fund My Comic so far? How was the setting up the campaign and everything? Because I'm super happy with the site so far.
Setting up the campaign was very easy. Like,
excellent.
So I have like 3 critiques so far, I guess, like that I would offer about Fund My Comic at this point. Yeah. So the first one is that the campaigns have to be pre-approved, and that takes time. Like, I did this as a race. Like, I submitted it with 23 hours to go before the launch time. Like, you know, because I didn't want any of the jokes to get out. Like, I wanted my CG UK friends' reactions, like, on the live stream to be genuine. And like, Chubb even commented, like, that, you know, he hadn't seen Peter Gilmore's cover, like, and we're in the same gang, like, do you know what I mean? Like, everything was supposed to be a surprise. And
that's
there's
awesome.
there's no mailing list film feature, like, built into Fund My Comic. Which, I mean, I understand, like, that it's better to have your own mailing list outside of Indiegogo or Fund My Comic.
Yeah.
But, like, I'd assumed that they would have it, like, and didn't plan in the time to do that. All I needed was a link, like, to point to, just some kind of, like, call to action in it, like, so I could promote it ahead of time. Even then, when the campaign is approved, it doesn't have, like, a coming soon sort of screen. It just shows you the campaign, but you can't back it yet. So, yeah, this is all time that my jokes are getting out, and it, like, so, yeah. And then the other thing is, in setting up the campaign, right, when you get to the box for, you know, this is where I'm going to write the campaign inside. Right. You write all of your stuff, make all of your notes or whatever. You scroll down and you click save at the bottom. Then you scroll all the way back to the top. You click preview on it. Like, and then you go back and you change your thing and scroll all the way down to the bottom and press save and scroll all the way back to the top, and it, like, and it's like, just have save and preview, like, at the top and the bottom. It shouldn't be hard to fix.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, that I mean, that's a little time saving. It's make it a little more efficient to work on the page, I imagine.
But also on the
what's up, Chris?
On the thing about the campaigns being pre-approved,
yo, Jason,
like, I understand that is better than finding out at the end of the campaign that you got declined, like, and your money all goes back to everyone, like, so I understand that, like, it's just,
yeah, that seems like that would definitely save a bunch of time, you know, being pre-approved. That way you don't have to, you know, go through all the time and hassle, and everybody thinks they're getting a book and suddenly, hey, not so much.
On Indiegogo, I have like a gold star thing, and that's like Indiegogo recommended or whatever.
Nice.
Cool.
I didn't. I wasn't sure Indiegogo was doing that for like any comics anymore. It seems like they've kind of turned their back on comics in general. You know, they make so much money off of technology and stuff. I was under the impression they weren't even like, you know, promoting comics anymore. So that's good to know. All right. So you've got a trailer here. Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and check that out.
Oh yeah, it's the same. It's the same trailer from before. You haven't got share sound on.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well,
I always hate it when the guest, like, 15 seconds that took. Like, I hate it on my show when a guest lets me watch the video for 16 seconds is the number that I always throw out. Like, you gotta tell me before 16 seconds, like, that you can't hear it.
Right. All right, let's try this again. You know, it's truly a professional operation I got going on here. You know, it's only been doing this for 3-4 years now. All right. Also share tab audio. Share. Okay. And bringing it up. Let's try this again. There it is.
I put the captions on.
Okay, you know, it wasn't because I had YouTube muted. That's why.
Put captions on, bro.
Greetings, comrades, and welcome to Best Korea TV News. Today is yet another awesome day here in Best Korea as the infamous Western comic book writer who calls himself the Gay Space Jesus announces new book, The Adventures of Kim Il-sung in Best Korea.
The book is controversial in the West as using real undoctored photographs it details the true historical outcome of the Korean War, our total dominant victory over the imperialist American dogs. Writer Connie Mark, the creator of Not Daredevil, sings for daring to speak the truth about how awesome everything is here in Best Korea with this tell-all 30-plus page comic. And how the eternal leader and all-round nice guy Kim Il-sung is actually magic, and the rightful ruler of all of Korea. To celebrate such a momentous occasion in the history of Best Korea, almighty leader Kim Jong-un has moved the heavens and the earth to declare the month of February will be extended by 1 day.
To celebrate the genius and bravery demonstrated in honoring my grandfather and the mighty Kim dynasty, we the people of Best Korea herefore and henceforth recognize February the 29th as Connie Mark Day.
It's only every 4 years.
Expected throughout the streets of Pyongyang as the Indiegogo campaign launches at midnight February the 29th. The comic will be available in 2 formats in both standard US and the more traditional Korean manga style for the low price of just 10,800 North Korean won, $12 US. Check out the Indiegogo campaign for more details.
I said I invented Korean manga. Like the manga version of Best Korea is printed so backwards that even the speech bubbles are backwards and the writing is backwards inside, like as a joke.
That's what I'm saying. The satire, just satire upon satire. It's fantastic.
That was just a joke though. That wasn't even satire yet. Like that hadn't happened yet. Like the whole xenotype printing.
Mm-hmm. I totally forgot about that. Yeah. Well, see, you were ahead of the curve even before then. You were satire upon satire even before that became a thing. As a matter of fact, you probably brought that into existence. You created the double satire with this book.
I think of it as it's subtext plus meta, like so you get both layers in it.
Mm-hmm. Like a sandwich, This cracks me up. I was looking over the page earlier, and this cracked me up. Donate to the bread fund. Keep Connie Mark out of the bread lines. It's always a good thing.
Simple, Joe.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's all about bread and meat. Should have done a second one for meat for like $8 or something like afterwards.
Right, so you can get a little lunch meat to go along with it. All right, so how many pages is this book?
I want to say 32. It's definitely 30 plus. Could be as high as 36. I can't remember. I haven't counted. Like it has a lot of like fake adverts and articles and stuff in as well. Like, do you count those? Like, so I don't know. I know it's definitely 30 plus because I said it was going to be 30, and
right,
it has to be over 30. Like, I think 32. Maybe 36.
Something
maybe 32
like that.
and 6 plus cover. Like I don't know.
It's got 30 plus pages, folks. That's what we know. So you're gonna get
Definitely
30 plus
less than
pages.
40. If you expect 40 pages, like you'll be disappointed. But 30 plus on the money.
Right.
So yeah, this is a thing, right? So it's a reprinted edition of the first one because the first one completely sold out. But I wanted to reuse the original cover. But at the same time, I didn't just want to print inside second edition.
Right.
Like, I wanted it to be like instantly recognizable. So you would pick one up and be like, oh, this is like the first edition. This is the second edition. And like to be able to spot from the outside.
Right.
Especially for, in the distant future when people get these graded or whatever and slabbed, you won't be able to open it like to find out like which one it is. You need to be able to
you want something on the cover to denote that it's the second printing. And I love the fact that you use the original Captain Fuckhead cover. I miss that dude. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have a little drink of Monkey Shoulder in memory of Captain Fuckhead, who doesn't seem to hang out anymore. I miss him.
Yeah, ever since that tragic ice pick accident in the library, like
hey, hope he's doing well as well. He's the one that actually told me to check out Monkey Shoulder, and it's been my favorite scotch ever since. So
yeah, so none of this would have ever happened without Captain Fuckhead. Like he's the one who started the CGUK room in the first place. He was the first person stupid enough to follow me into battle in it. Like, always be grateful for that.
Absolutely. It's too bad that he's gone done. Well, he's just gone off and done whatever he's doing now. But
the revolution will always remember Captain Fuckhead. Like, he's an institution of the revolution.
Always remember him fondly. But I like the fact that you updated it just enough to where it's a little bit different. So here's the original cover, guys, and then here's the updated cover with the wicked cool shades.
And what I think is really interesting about this whole idea is usually, the second printing of a book, there should be more of them, right, than the first one. Like, because the first ones they're the rare ones, they're the originals, and like the second one, you understand what I'm saying? But currently, there's only one copy of this Meme Shades one sold, which means that like there's 120, 150 or whatever like copies of the normal one, and
so this could be a limited edition.
Like
shit.
Now currently this is like the rarest book almost. There is a rarer one.
Well, actually, the funny thing is sometimes working in the comic shop, sometimes a second printing of a book would be printed less and it would become more rare because the shops ordered a whole bunch of the first one, they sold out, and then they only printed a certain amount of the second, the second edition, the second print. So I mean, you know, sometimes the second printing does end up being, you know, the more highly sought after because there are less of them. You know, smaller print run.
I just really love the idea of like, you know, in the distant future, when I'm super successful or whatever, and there's all the people like gathering, and they've all got their Kim Il Sung books, like, and then they spot like that the one guy has got the sunglasses one, like, get him, like, just
hell yeah,
making dumb stuff.
Well, I mean, you're having fun, man. You know, and there's a lot of comics are just way too serious now. Like nobody, it seems like nobody's having fun making comics, and it's fucking fantastic to see somebody making comics and having fun while making them. You know, and you've got the Robot Pearl Harbor variant edition. Wow. So this is the new Peter Gilmore cover.
Yes, so that's by Peter Gilmore. Yeah, like it's a picture that I thought of in my head, like when I was a teenager, in it, not specifically of Kim Il Sung and Ho Chi Minh is in the background, like the leader of Vietnam. Not specifically them two. Like I'd always had this alter history idea of like Japanese robots doing Pearl Harbor, you know, like
right.
That would be really cool. So I explained that idea to Peter Gilmore, and he was just like, yes. It's like, that's going to piss off a lot of Americans.
I mean, you know, Pearl Harbor was a tragedy, but you know, it's a historical event, yes. But I mean, you know, use it as part of the story. I mean, it's an alternate history type thing, and it's this entire book is tongue in cheek. I mean, you gotta. That's what people got to realize. It's tongue in cheek. It's satire. It's, you know, it's supposed to be funny, you know. And oftentimes satire is it's a little, you know, it pokes the bear, as it were. You know,
it's spicy.
Sometimes it'll piss you off. It's okay, you know.
And if this
spicy,
you think this cover's bad, like we'll wait until another 4 years when we do the 9/11 variant, like that'll be
oh no,
super rare one,
right? There'll only be 11 of them. A cover that will live in infamy.
Yeah, that's funny.
You guys seriously need to go look at the page. Like, you guys check out the page. Feline has posted the link here. You guys have got to go through and just read the page, because I mean it's got silly shit like this throughout the page. You know, the Fund My Comic page is entertaining as well.
When I came out with this campaign 4 years ago, the first time.
Yeah.
One of the reasons it was so effective was that nobody had done a campaign like this before, in the way that the campaign was like an extension of the book, and it like that you were invited like into the communist world, like and you know, everything was covered in this communist meta or whatever. And, you know, people hadn't really done that before. Like, and I was really proud of it. I'd written it in a way that I could go on a show and they could just read it, and it would be a funny show. Like, that's all they had to do in it. Like,
right.
So,
yeah, you put the hard work into it ahead of time, and you like I said, you're leaning into the brand, you're leaning into the satire, and it's fucking hilarious.
And then the more that you go around the shows on tour, it's like that you're refining a comedy set or something. Like,
totally.
You're scrolling through, like bringing up my triggers or whatever, like you know, work on a joke like for each bit.
It's fantastic, man. And so this is an example of the interiors right here.
Yeah, so it's inspired by this like British satire magazine, not the actual magazine, just the cover. Like they would always have like some photo on the cover with a speech bubble, like mocking, you know, it'd be like George Bush saying somewhat dumb, like, or, you know, the MPs are revolting. Oh, no, they are. You know, like that sort of level of joke in it.
Right.
And I always thought, like, that those were funny. And, you know, I set out to try and do it over an entire narrative rather than as a one-panel joke or whatever.
Right. And, you know, that's it's using real pictures like that and crafting a narrative with those pictures. I mean, that's got to be a bit of a writing challenge, you know, figuring out how to use the pictures effectively to craft this narrative. And, you know, I don't know, it's kind of like putting a puzzle together while you're, you know, still crafting the image that's going on the puzzle pieces.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And to add another layer of difficulty, because it's alt history, like I have to use some things out of order, like and move them around, like, and change a couple of sequences of events and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, that's all part of it, and like it feeds into what makes it funny.
Absolutely. Do not go beyond the 38th parallel.
Because at that point in the book, he's pretending that South Korea doesn't exist.
Right.
Because the whole book is an address from Kim Il-sung to the people of Korea, in it, like, and it's sort of broken into chapters, like 4 or 5 pages or whatever, and each one is like a different. My fellow Koreans, like each one starts with that line in it, like, and he'll retells like a bunch of events, like but from this unreliable narrator like perspective. So the words that he's saying, like, will say, "Oh, Korea is great for all these reasons," like, and then the pictures will be showing the opposite of that, like, or vice versa, like all kinds of things like that. It's just trying to force the images into like a narrative. Like it's quite an achievement. I'm really proud of it in that way.
Absolutely, man. You know, it's it just cracks me up. Oh, come on, another political parody. Guys, seriously, you gotta go read the page. This whole page is just hilarious. That's awesome. All right, so
I take Dogecoin as well as payment. Like, if anyone wants to buy with Dogecoin, like, hit me up.
Oh, this is not a joke. Oh, wow.
No, yeah, I'll really take Dogecoin as payment. Like, if anyone's got it.
Right on. Well, see, alternative payment methods. That's fantastic. You know, and I like the fact that you got a tier for you, so you can get the 2024 anniversary meme shades edition and the Robot Pearl Harbor variant, plus the 6 a.m. comic sticker. I remember the first time I saw this sticker by 6 a.m. It cracked me up, you know, because he captured your essence, Mark, you know, and put it into a little cartoon.
Yeah, I really
6
like
a.m.'s
it.
great.
And,
what's up, Hex?
He's had a sticker on every one of my campaigns on it. Like, he's done a Not Daredevil one. He did a Duryodhana one for the Duryodhana Purana.
Nice.
And there's a Krishna Kid one as well that, you know, I haven't printed yet because the book's not finished.
Right.
Not like this book. I mean, this book has been finished for 4 years. Like, as soon as the campaign closes, I can, like, print it. Assuming that we're selling it.
Yeah, I mean, you'll get there. Communist Manifesto 2, huh? Is that your sequel?
This is just a thing that I've been playing with in my mind that I want to write. Like, all it would be is a reprint of the Communist Manifesto with a foreword, and then at the end, like, letters to, like, communist leaders. You know, like, you know, they often have that at the back of books, and like, it'll have like letters from, I don't know, I can't even think of an example now. But, you know, 2 famous contemporary people, like, think of at the time. So it'll be a bunch of those at the end, but they'll be funny.
Like Dear Abby or something like that. Like people writing to. I gotcha.
Oh no, I mean like it'll be like me writing a letter to Karl Marx.
Oh,
like,
okay.
my friend, like but you know, in a childish way, like, oh, what did you have for dinner today, Karl Marx? You know, like real, just like those would be the not serious letters is the point.
Right. Okay, I gotcha. That'd be hilarious. So is that one of the stretch goals? Oh, it's underneath the stretch goals tab. Wow, look at me.
That's for if we make 5 million won, which I don't think we will achieve. Like that was a speculative like teaser for a thing that I'm going to do in the future, regardless. Right. Like because I'm hard to do this. And doesn't the cover look awesome? And how cool is the name Communist Manifesto 2? Like it doesn't even make sense. Like so
I mean, you could put like a subtitle underneath it, you know, Hungry Boogaloo or something like that.
On the back it says this time it's personal, is because I'm coming for your personal property, not just your private property.
Right.
Expression, everything.
That's fucking hilarious, man. Yeah, that would be funny to see actually make it to print. You know, I hope that you actually get to make that at some point. I love the neon number 2 next to the Communist Manifesto. It's fucking great, man. All right, so let's take a look at the tiers here. What you got going on? Obviously, we got the bread tier. If somebody wants to just toss Commie Mark a $5 so you can stay out of the bread line, you can do that here.
Throw us a slice.
Yeah.
Just freeze me a slice of bread.
Mm-hmm. Keep him from being in the bread lines. Those bread lines get mean, from what I hear. You know, lots of elbows and shoving. So the book's only $12. Wow, that's fucking great, man. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a good price point. I mean,
exactly the same price that it was 4 years ago. Inflation busting prices. Take that, Joe
right?
Biden. The strength of
inflation be damned. Yeah. Same great content, brand new cover. Ooh, and then the new cover that Peter Gilmore did, the Pearl Harbor variant. You know, if you're not triggered, you know, go ahead and grab that one. Or Sailor Un variant, digital only. Oh my god.
So that was the variant on the campaign 4 years ago.
Yeah. I think I remember that one.
It's completely sold out. Like I only have one copy of it myself. Like so, you know, it's the rarest one and I'm not gonna reprint it. The same as I won't reprint the variants for this one, and it'll just be the batch, like and then you'll have to wait till 2028, like for the 8-year anniversary. Remember February the 29th, like it's only one day you have to remember every 4 years. Like should be pretty easy, right?
It keeps you from having to do like, you know, an anniversary every year. You know, you only have to do it every 4 years.
That's as far as I'm concerned, it's been 1 year since I launched my first book. Like, we've done all of the success that I've had has been inside one communist year, one great leap year forward.
That makes sense. Yeah, it totally makes sense.
It's a 5-year plan.
5-year plan done in one communist year. Wait a minute, what's the communist year? Don't worry about it. You know. That's funny. I think it's cool that you're offering the digital version so that people can actually see the Sailor Un variant. I think I remember that from the first campaign, and it's pretty damn funny. You can see it right there on the page. Let's see.
It's so stupid.
I mean, you're having fun, man. And again, you're leaning into like the brand and the satire. You know, and when you, like you said, when you did this the first time, like nobody had done this before. You know, this was something new. You know, hitting all them triggers, you know, 4 years ago, and you know, you're bringing it back, you know, for a leap year. Kim Il Sung and Best Korea issue 1 Burn a Book. Oh, you brought the Burn a Book back, huh?
Yeah, like that was very successful last time. I want to say that we sold 11 burner books or something like that. Because there was a craze going around at the time of people burning each other's books, like symbolically or whatever.
Right.
Ways of generating beef and drama and stuff. So I was making the joke, I'll just burn it for you. Like you can save on the postage, like, and I'll burn it myself. And then we live streamed that during the closeout.
I actually remember that. I remember that stream. As a matter of fact, I think I might have been on that stream with you.
Probably. It was a 13-hour stream. It was like, and there was just a constant like churn of people. Like
the man. Memories. There's some cool shit back in the day, man. You know, so I'm glad you brought that back. That's funny. That, I mean, it wouldn't really be a Best Korea campaign without the Burn a Book tier. Truly.
Yeah, I agree. So
Schrodinger's invisible variant. All right, so tell us about the invisible variant.
So when I invented not chromium, right? Like it was the biggest like hit as a joke that people had ever seen. Like, and they were throwing stupid money like to get them. Like I was selling them for more than ISOM number 1s. Like and people were buying them. Like and I thought to myself, like, so that wasn't even supposed to be on this campaign. That was supposed to be a not Daredevil joke. That's why they're called not chromium in it. Like,
okay.
It wasn't even supposed to be on this campaign. But the joke was so funny, like, that I bumped it up, like, and put it on this. There are not chromiums of not Daredevil that exist out there in the world, but they were never for sale, like, which is kind of cool. So
you got all kinds of limited versions of your books out there, like, so y'all can get your hands on them. You know, they're probably worth something later. You know, lower print runs, especially if they weren't actually sold. I'm just saying, you know, keep your eye on Mark.
Well, those not chromium ones, they're just regular books, innit? Like, could be any cover underneath. Like, you don't even know. Like, you could have a super rare cover underneath. Like, anyway, the point is, I was like, how am I going to top this not chromium thing? I had an idea, like, flick in my brain of a way that you could present an invisible comic book where you'd hold it up and it'd be invisible, take it out of the bag and board and it would be invisible, and you could open it and everyone could see the pages. Like, and that would be my invisible variant. Like it's so stupid and dumb. Like
is it a mirror covered cover?
No, it's not a mirror. It's even more basic than that. Like but
that's amazing, because you made the not chromium covers on the first campaign, right? You made them yourself.
Yeah. Like, and some of them are better than others. Like, I don't know about you, but I find tearing and cutting tinfoil to be very difficult. Like, it doesn't want to play like
no
geometry games with you. Like,
fuck no. Oh, you want to tear this at like an even line? No, fuck you. Not at all. Yeah. No, I have the same problem. You know, the what is it? The wax paper also does the same thing to me. It's always like the little tail end on, you know, one edge of it.
Yeah, and with those, with the not chromiums as well as that, like, I wrote out the title like in permanent marker on the front, and then I had another permanent marker that had a really fine nib, but was completely out of ink. And I would use that to scratch in the tiny letters where it says "The Adventures of," and Best Korea, like, under the thing. And then, you know, like, sign them at the bottom or whatever. And
right.
because they were
I think
really
I remember
shiny.
seeing pictures of those.
When they're really shiny, and when you hold them, you're like, whoa, this looks so futuristic, but at the same time, really shit. Like, and it's like this. It's really hard to like. It's cool. Yeah. Like when you hold one, you'll be impressed. Like, but also like, what was I impressed by it?
Well, I mean, it's a perfect analogy for the future. You know, we got this great technology and it looks really great, but you know, a lot of this is kind of shit. So, yeah, that's fantastic. I'm glad you got that. This whole campaign seems to be like a wonderful, you know, callback to the original campaign. You know, and it's kind of like it's almost like a time warp, going back in time and seeing, you know, the beginnings, the humble beginnings of.
This is a lot more simplified though than the original one. The original one had so much like ridiculous stuff, and it was from an age before like add-ons were really a thing.
Right.
You know, so if you wanted to buy both covers, you had to do 2 orders. So this one's really streamlined in comparison to that. Like,
I mean,
very easy to fulfill.
Well, that's good. I mean, you know, taking advantage of some of the updates and stuff like that we've gotten along the way. I mean, shit, it's changed a lot since you launched the first version of this book. You know, it's a different, a bit different of a scene now.
And when this book came out, it was during the COVID stimulus check boom of 2020, like the year that we made $10 million or whatever. Like,
yep, had that extra cash to burn, but you know, same awesome satire. You know, new cover. So okay, so this is just the Supreme Leader bundle. This is both versions of the book and the sticker. So if you want to get both versions of the book, go ahead and grab that bundle here. The ultimate mega supreme leader chosen by heaven as the most handsome immortal father of the people bundle. I mean, that is the most epic of epic titles for a tier I think I've ever seen. That's fucking hilarious. All right, so what's in this one?
That's just everything. Get all 4 versions of the book. Burner book is a version of the book because, you know, it still costs me a book.
Right, right.
You get the sticker and a badge, and then one of my famous penis sketches, like which I put out like in selected packages last time. Often when it would just be like, oh, I recognize this person's name. Here you go. Like, here's a big hairy werewolf penis, like as a free gift.
That's fucking great.
I'll do some of those again.
So now you can order your very own unique Kami Mark penis sketch.
I always wanted to do a book called 99 Pages of Penis or something. Like, and it's just 99 different penis sketches.
I mean, as long as you scan every single one that you do, I mean, you could probably pull that off pretty easily.
You can't really do a 99-page book, though, can you? That's one of like the where it immediately falls down.
Well, I mean, you could do a book with 99 pages of penis sketches. You just have to have a few extra pages, you know, for just to fill out the printing thing.
Yeah, you could cheat. I did learn today.
You could cheat. Yes, that would be cheating.
There's no breed of centipede in the world that actually has 100 legs.
Really?
Like, they have up to like 156 legs, but like none of them have 100. Like, it's to do with like their body segments and a Fibonacci sequence and stuff. Like, but yeah, it's impossible. Cool story, bro. Let's move on.
I mean, I just learned something. I didn't know that. I mean, you know, hey, there's Michael. What's up, dude? Hail American Comics. Good to see you, man. If you guys just learned something about millipedes or centipedes, one in the chat or something. I don't know. However they do that. All right. So the Kim Il Sung Best Korea issue 1. So people can still get a not chromium edition of the book, huh?
But it's $100 now because I don't particularly want to make. I think that we made maybe 20 or 25 or something like that, like last time. And it's a lot of effort. And not as bad as the fanzine version. On the 2020 campaign, there was a fanzine version, which was just it printed out on regular A4 letter-sized paper, and then stapled down the side. Not even like saddle stitched, like stapled, like it was perfect bound, like
right.
And originally I'd made the joke that I was going to send them Stealing Solo style, like so it would just have your name written on the back, like with a stamp, like and just
and sent through the post.
But they definitely wouldn't have survived that. Like, and as funny as the joke would have been for people to receive the last page of the book, like I couldn't do it.
That's all that shows up is the last page of the book. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Oh shit. That's awesome. So if you guys want to make Mark make some new not chromium editions, go ahead and back it for $100. You gotta make it worth his time. Oh shit, man. This is hilarious.
Stupid. Like
I mean, it's in the spirit of the original campaign, but updated for 2024.
Like it's not an insult to say that it's stupid. Like that's part of why it's so funny. Like because it just shouldn't exist. Like there's a reason that nobody made this before. Do you know what I mean? Like
right. Well, I mean that's what indie comics is, man. You got a story, you got an idea, and if you've got people that are interested in it, you can put the comic book out. That's the beauty of indie comics, in my opinion. The
it sounds like I'm being dismissive. It's really funny. Like people should go and read it. Like I'm just saying, on paper, like it shouldn't work. Like comic book shouldn't work. Like it doesn't make sense. Like why does the UK comic book industry hate me so much? Like I'm literally a communist. What more could I do?
Seem to be using capitalism quite well for a communist. I'm just saying.
So we call that like a dark Marxist or whatever. Because if you read like Capital or whatever, it's literally an instruction book for capitalism. Like it's like this is how you screw over the most people, like to benefit the most. Like and you can't help but like learn those lessons along the way. Like when you understand how you're being shafted, you know how to shaft other people. Man,
look at how the system has been put in place, and then use that system against itself, or just to work in your favor. Got it. Yeah. Shit. Yeah. So that was a good summary of that book. I've actually never read it, so that's thank you. See, I'm learning all kinds of stuff on this stream. Centipedes, the basic gist of Capital.
Yeah, wait till you get to Communist Manifesto 2. It's gonna blow your socks off.
Electric Boogaloo. Oh shit, man. So, will there ever be a sequel to Best Korea? Like, will you do this again? Like, craft a new story, a new narrative to go along with it, and use the pictures again? Is this something you'll?
I really wanted to do a Vietnam version with Ho Chi Minh. Like, that's what the sequel to this is. Like, I think that so this book is set just at the end of World War II. Like, and I would want each one to advance forward in time. So the next, and still be communist. So the next one would be a Ho Chi Minh one, and then I want to do. So the problem again is that we're restricted by the photos that exist there.
Of course,
the AI might change that, but it's dirty. Like I don't know how.
Right.
to do. But I really want to do a Che Guevara and Fidel Castro have to stop the assassination of JFK story. Like, but that will be incredibly difficult, like, to stitch together. Like,
I mean, you're gonna have to do a lot of research on photos in order to kit bash that one together.
And then, you know, the Kim Il Sung universe ultimately culminates with the capitalists smashing down the Berlin Wall to get into the communist side. Like, that's how it would end.
Of course. You know, hey, you know, it's fiction. You can make up whatever the hell you want. Oh man. So what is next for you, dude? Once you get this one, because the story's already done. Once you get this done, what is next for you after this?
Well, we're doing the finishing touches on Krishna Kid 1. Like, still got to do Krishna Kid 2 and 3.
Right.
Like, I've got a whole issue 1 of another book that's done and waiting to go, but I won't release it before Krishna Kid 1 is, like, done.
Sure. Makes sense.
Then the Duryodhana Purana, which is in the Krishna Kid universe, like, there's another 6 of those that I want to do.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the Duryodhana Purana is great. Like, it's the opposite of Krishna Kid in a way, in that Krishna Kid is like the Superman of my universe or whatever. You know, he was just happy, like, and spreading joy and being a good guy and stuff, while also being a rock star and all of that jazz. But the Duryodhana Purana is really dark, like, twisted, and it's torturing the soul of a woman. Like, it's like a girl's comic in that way. Like, it's not about action, it's about torture. That's what Pat Mills always says in it, that's what girls' comics are. It's like, how wickedly can you treat like a woman? And women love that, apparently. Like, and well, that's what the sales of girls' comics seem to demonstrate, at least.
I mean, you know, they genre. I see, learned another something else, you know, learning all kinds of stuff on this stream, man. So since this book is done, when would you be planning to fulfill this version of?
Just as soon as it's basically, as soon as the campaign is over, like, once we hit funding, I'll probably start to begin the process right then. Hopefully I'll have, like, a good idea of how many we need to sell. Like, I predict it will only take 25 or 26, like, backers, like, to achieve enough to pay for the print run, because, you know, currently one of the covers has sold 1, like, so that's gonna cost me more than the 1 so far, like, so we'll see, like, what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just launched a couple of days ago, and you've got 60 days, so, you know, there will be more. There will be.
I'm not worried. Like, this is a second chance campaign that most people who like me already own. Like, this is for new people and people who missed out previously. It's not like the book has been unavailable up until now. I just ran out of them, like, a couple of months ago on the Krishna Kid campaign, and I mean, I have some, but they're sold, and do you know what I mean? Like, they're supposed to be in people's packages or whatever.
Hell yeah!
So yeah, it's about
that's awesome. Well, shit. Is there anything else you want to say about this version of Best Korea before we wrap up?
It's not really. If you already have it, like, you already know how great it is. Like, it's just a case of whether any of the covers on offer make you be like, oh well, I want that one as well, like, to go with the 2 that I have or whatever.
I mean, to be fair, this cover is pretty fucking badass, y'all. Like, this Peter Gilmore cover is worth the second get. I mean, and if you're gonna do that, I mean, you might as well just, you know, grab the Best Korea pack, because then you get Where is it? Where's the Commie Mark sticker? There it is. Then you get this awesome 6 a.m. sticker. So I mean, you know, if you're gonna go in, go all in.
And I love that there's one of me in particular because I can make, you know, I can have me and not Daredevil and KRISHNA KID. And it's like all my creations like are there with me, and it's like I'm their dad or whatever.
Exactly.
In Not Daredevil, like you know, I am the manager like of the superheroes. You know, like they work for my corporation that publishes the comic books, like you know, and I send them on their adventures or whatever. Like half Nick Fury, half J. Jonah Jameson, like kind of thing. But you never actually appear in the book. Like it's all like through whispers, like, and in the letters section, and you know.
Yeah. That's awesome. Do you think you'll ever go back to doing more Not Daredevil?
Like I wanted to. So this next Not Daredevil is Not Daredevil versus Japan. I already have the pages. I've already scrubbed out the words. I've probably done like a quarter of the work. Like I just haven't finished it yet. And I wanted to do it for this. I wanted to do Not Daredevil versus Japan, a reprint of Kim Il-sung, and do like a Not Daredevil X Kim Il-sung variant cover, you know, like where they fight each other like on the cover or something. Like,
I mean, you can just do that on, you know, in the next communist year, you know. Yeah,
there's still time.
Yeah. Flying Feline says that sticker is adorable. Yep, that's 6 a.m.
Everything that he does comes out that way. It's great.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome, man. Well, Mark, thank you for coming on, man. It's been entirely too long since we've gotten a chance to sit down and talk about one of your books. I'm super happy for you that you've got a leap year to reintroduce Kim Il-sung and introduce him to a whole new audience, because it's you know,
it's funny, like like I said, we'd started CJ UK. It was like December 2019 or something like that. And we was, like I said, looking for like, well, what's a thing that we can bring out, like, and I just looked at the calendar and saw February the 29th was coming up and was like, oh, that'll be a funny joke, like to do it on the leap year day, like, oh, it's a magical day for a magical man, kind of like thing.
I love it. And you know, so yeah, that is actually pretty fucking funny, man. You know. Again, leaning into the satire. I think that's the beauty of this campaign, the beauty of this book. You know, it hits on all of those levels, like you said, the layers. You know, but all right, everybody, thank you all so much for tuning in. Go get this fucking badass Peter Gilmore cover, and if you're gonna, like I said, if you're gonna do that, get the whole mega pack so you get the sticker as well. And the regular cover, and remember, say again.
I was gonna say, make sure that you check that you're still subscribed to my YouTube channel, because I know for a fact from the analytics that they're just unsubscribing people. Nobody just types in my name to go in and subscribe to me. Like if you're watching a video and I say something that's like offensive to you or whatever, and you unsubscribe, that makes logical sense. Like, but nobody is just like watching some YouTube video and thinks, you know who I hate? Commie Mark. Like, and then types it in and goes to unsubscribe, and it like has to be some kind of path or a trigger or something.
Well, you know, that's actually a thing. YouTube has done that. They've been doing that quite a bit. You know, if people don't interact with a video of yours for a really long time, it will unsubscribe you. So everybody, the link is in the description of this video. Go make sure that you're subscribed to Commie Mark so that YouTube doesn't win. You know, because that's a thing. If you don't interact with the video for a while, it'll automatically unsubscribe you. It's basing it on the algorithms and whatnot. We know what you like better than you do. Yeah, no, you don't.
Go and watch my videos because they're spicy in it. Like the live streams are good, they're fine, better live. But the videos, you can watch them anytime and they're fucking solid.
I can confirm they are fun. But if you can catch one of Comedy Mark's live streams, they're a blast as well. But all right, guys, thank you so much, and we will see you next time. And always remember,
Shop smart, shop S-Mart.